Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for the City of Fayetteville, Tennessee. This is our regular monthly meeting, August the 13th, 2024. Tonight we have with us Reverend Ennis Hyman to say our prayer, and our pledge is going to be given by Olivia Small. She is a 5th grader at Ralph Askin School. Everyone please stand and y'all can come forward.
I would like to say one thing. The Bible tells us a merry heart does good like a medicine. I was preaching one Sunday, and as always, this one man went to sleep. I said to his wife, "Would you wake him up?" She said, "You put him to sleep, you wake him up." Let us pray. Father, I thank you for the opportunity and the privilege to be here. And it is good to laugh. Some folks may not laugh, though. It may be a hard day. Things might not have gone well. I pray for them. I pray they can come together and be again as we read. Life goes on. So, Lord, we're here tonight because of life going on in the City Council, Madam Mayor, and everyone's here for this special meeting to take care of business. We ask you, Lord, that this be done, and that you direct in your will and way will work out, I know. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Okay, Board, before you have the attached agenda. Are there any corrections or additions on this agenda?
Madam Mayor, real quick before we start, I just want to say that I do not have a working iPad. I'm actually using someone else's, so I have not been able to go over the minutes, but I have looked over on YouTube and looked at some of the things that we have talked about in the past. Unfortunately, not all the committee meetings, but the ones that I'm a part of. I have looked, and I'm looking over it now, but no, I do not. So
Okay. Okay, that was for the agenda, and now for the minutes. You also have before you the regular meeting minutes for July the 9th. Are there any corrections for those minutes? If not, those minutes will stand as presented. We had no one to sign up for public comments tonight, so we'll move now to Chief Davey Bergman with the Fire Department. He has recognition of outstanding employees.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening I've got 5 awards. It's one of the best parts of the job. We've had a group of firefighters that had showed beyond the call of duty is the award that I'm giving out. They had an incident happen at one of our citizens' house, and the citizen reached out to me and said what a fantastic job these firefighters took care of him. They showed compassion. They made sure everything was taken care of. We had one finish his yard work that he was doing, and he said, "Man, we've got to do something for him," and I agreed 100%. So when I call your name, if you would come up and just stand up here for a picture as well. We have firefighter Cole Collier. Engineer Emma Alexander. Engineer Adam Ratley. Firefighter Carson Locker. Firefighter Chad Baker. job done.
Hey, Dave, would you do me a favor and elaborate what one of the firefighters actually did beyond their job as far as finishing the job?
Yes, sir. Yes, we have one, they were out cutting grass is what they were doing, and, when he took a fell, he fell into a little drainage ditch when he was weed eating. And, the guy seen that he still had some more weeding to do, and they said, hey, we'll finish it up, we ain't gotta worry about it. And, the homeowner was like, oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And they're like, nah, we don't care about it either. It's just part of the job. And that's, they have demonstrated that there's more to it than what is in SOPs and SOGs. It's a calling. And I'm very super proud of the guys and gals that showing that what Federal's about.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And David, one thing I like to say too before you walk off and before anybody else, has to get back on shift, just because you're a fireman or you're, an EMS or in police, it says protect and to serve.
That's correct.
To serve is the biggest word that we use. To serve. It's not just putting out fires.
That's
it's
right.
not just giving somebody a ride to the hospital. It's not just taking someone to jail. It is to protect and to serve. And the city of Fayetteville does an absolutely wonderful job. Congratulations to all y'all. Thank y'all for the wonderful things that y'all do. I'm so happy and proud to work with each and every one of you. Y'all were amazing. Continue to do the great job that y'all doing and make an example to everyone around you. We appreciate it. We all do. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we move into our department reports. Reports, not department reports. And first up, we have CEO Mary Beth Seals with the Huntsville Hospital Lincoln Health Systems.
Well, good evening. Thank you for having me. I apologize, I'm a month late this time, so thank you for accommodating me. So I just want to come, I love to come and share the positive that's going on in the health system. We all know that there's still some negative that can occur. I don't want to hide from that. I tell everyone we still make mistakes daily, and we know that there will be mistakes. So thank you for bearing with us when those happen, but we're trying to learn from those and get better. I often get stopped by the public and by our community. And I had a young lady who stopped me just outside the theater not long ago, and she said, I want to pay you a compliment. She said, I know you probably don't hear those often. And I think I caught her off guard when I said, but I do. But we do hear compliments. And I said, it's not all negative. And so I enjoy hearing those. We appreciate the Facebook post and the Instagram and the social media because things appear to be going really well. And I'm tickled for all the people who, as I say, are giving us a try again because those are great. We're striving to do three great things, and that's take care of the community, give good quality care, but put patients first. And I hope that you see that we're doing that. I want to mention in the last 6 months since we've been here, just some things that have gone on. I hope you've taken note of the newspaper where we've been offering free monthly screenings to the community. So for example, this month you can come in and get an A1C. So you can get some blood work done free of charge, no matter if you have insurance, if you don't, or if you have a primary care doctor. And we'll get those results back to a physician right now who is looking at that blood work, and then they'll follow up with the patient to see if anything further needs to be done. And it's just some good outreach that we're trying to do. So we'll continue that every month here on out. It's an outreach that we're going to continue. We've done some great work around staffing. I think when I started coming and speaking to you all, there were somewhere between 80 and 90 open positions across the whole system. And today we have that under 30. And that's something, that we'll probably never have at zero because turnover is, it is what it is in the community. People are always looking to grow and change in their positions, and I'm happy for people to do that. But somewhere around 30. But some of those key departments where we really need staffing to be key, I'm happy to say we're secure. EMS is one of those positions or one of those departments where we're fully staffed. staffed right now. And, you know, we're running at least 4 trucks a day, so 3 ALS trucks, 1 BLS truck. So that's something that I'm really glad that we're able to do for the community. We started a chaplain program last year, so that was something that was very needed in the community, and something that we have pastors in the community that they're volunteering to do. So there is at least 1 chaplain on call 30 days out of the month for anybody in the health system who may feel like they need those services, who doesn't maybe have a home church to reach out to. So I'm so happy for the pastors who are willing to donate their time. We've had that program before at the health system, but it's not something that's been up and running continually, so I'm really glad that it's back. You know, I'm really glad Eric Jones is not here tonight, because he might get me if he's heard about all the good things that are happening with our cafeteria. You know, I know Ralph Askins probably had to do some rehires when I took all those ladies back and brought them back to the cafeteria at the hospital, but there has been a lot of hype around the food at the health system, and if you have not been back to the cafeteria to eat, you better come. I invite you, whether that's breakfast or lunch. There's some really good stuff going on with food, and I won't say that it's all heart healthy. I can't say that it is. Taco Day appears to be the most popular day at the health system. I think that happens every other Wednesday. There's not a seat in the house, and if you don't think that makes this heart happy, it really does. Sometimes there's not a place for staff to sit because the community is in the hospital eating. It's the most amazing thing to see. I know Carter's and Flowers, or the Flower House, I mean, they will have ordered out, and I see people coming in, and it's just great. We open the back door of the Courtyard Cafe, and people come in and eat, and I'm really loving seeing that participation. We did some great things this summer, like participating in One Day of Hope, where we brought the mobile medical unit down from Huntsville Hospital. And I know we treated around 50 people that day. So not only with Tina Hudson and the Hope Church here in Fayetteville, were we giving out backpacks and haircuts and shoes, but we were treating people. We were able to give out medication to people, set people up with primary care doctors who had otherwise probably not been to the doctor in a really long time. So I'm happy for all those good things that are happening. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention 2 individuals. I mentioned them when I went over and spoke to the county commission last month, and one of those is Richard Wright. Richard Wright is very special to our community, but I want to mention that Richard Wright is starting his 50th year in his career with the Lincoln Health System beginning this October, and he is still working. I've told him he can't go to the house yet. I still need him. So I want to mention people like that. There are so many people who have worked at this health system their entire lives. Their lives are based around helping people and devoting their life to health care, and Richard is one of those, and I just want to mention him publicly tonight. Also want to mention Dr. William Jones, who will retire on August the 31st from treating patients here in the community. He's going to stay on with us as a medical director for our EMS services and our hospice services. But Dr. Jones has worked 44 years in this community treating patients. And if you don't think those were some hard conversations to have across the table with Dr. Jones while he made those decisions, they were hard. And I cried, and he did too. And I'm proud to say that. It was a tough time. But if you see Dr. Jones, he of course wanted no party. He just wants to eat some pizza with his staff on his last day. So if you see Dr. Jones, please commend him for the service that he's given to the community. Lots of good stuff going on. I'll leave you with something very exciting. We have recruited 2 physicians to the community who will start this fall. We've recruited a new orthopedist. He's maybe new to some of you, but not to everyone. Dr. Greganius is coming back to the community. I bet Dorothy remembers Dr. Greganius. He'll start with us on October the 1st, and we have a brand new general surgeon starting on November 1st named Bonnie Lee. So 2 surgeons coming to the community this fall. And as I promised you, we're still working really hard on primary care because we've got to secure primary care in this community, and it's something that I'm passionate about and something I'm working really hard on. So thank you for your support. It is not, these efforts are not done alone, and it's because you're supporting the health system. It's because you're keeping up with our employees and taking care of them, and we're doing it together, certainly doing it together. So any questions I can answer for you?
Mary Beth, I don't have any questions. Again, I just want to kind of elaborate on what you said about Richard Wright and Dr. Jones. 2 great, absolutely great individuals in our community that have done an absolutely wonderful job throughout their career. I know as a young EMT, when I very first started, Richard Wright gave me a chance, and I owe everything I have to my career to him. My health I owe to Dr. Jones, because he's he's my doctor, but also you know, just the things that they have done for this community has just been absolutely wonderful. And I know Richard doesn't like the spotlight a lot, but he does deserve the spotlight, and so does Dr. Jones. And I've worked with Dr. G too, just as much as Dorothy has, you know, taking patients to him. And Dr. Gerganius, we called him Dr. G, but I'm very proud to have him back, because he did and has done wonderful things for not just only our community, but for others as well. So I'm super excited to see what the health system has in store.
Thank you. Something I failed to mention is, you know, Huntsville Hospital purchased TOC last year, and there's never been a strong connection with TOC in this community. They've been very, very separate from us. They have their office, they do their surgeries elsewhere. We have our office, we do our surgeries at the hospital. But Dr. Gerganius will actually practice out of the TOC location. And for the first time ever, we'll be aligned with TOC, and there's going to be a strong affiliation. So I'm excited about that, and there'll be more to come about our connection with TOC in the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary Beth.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next to speak, we have Carolyn Denton, Director of the Fayetteville Lincoln County Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to report on the result of our recent board election. The ballot was nominated by our membership and also voted on by our membership. So we're proud to say that Caitlin Allen with Rick's Barbecue, Bruce McVeigh from First Presbyterian Church, and Angela Strickland from Lincoln Pharmacy will be joining our board in October when we have our banquet. So we're looking forward to working with them. Applications are available now for the Governor's Volunteer Stars Awards. There will be a youth candidate and a adult candidate chosen, and the deadline for these nominations will be September the 30th. Our Student Advisory Board will be kicking off their school year on Thursday, here, as a matter of fact, here in the multipurpose room. Also on Thursday will be our final Music in the Park in the summer series. It will be on the 15th at 6:30 at Stonebridge Park. This month will be featuring the Fabulous 50 Singers and Mount Olive Men's Chorus. And we do appreciate the city and Parks and Rec for all your help with sponsoring this. And we've had a great summer at Stonebridge Park. We'll be having our next Breakfast Buzz, which is our business networking event. It will be August the 29th at the senior centers, but we have limited seating, so we ask that you call the chamber and sign up for that. We've applied for the tourism marketing grant. We'll be having a tourism booth at the Lincoln County Fair, which is coming up on September the 14th through the 21st. And I want to encourage any nonprofits, churches, school groups to participate in Host a Christmas Past. The dates this year will be the 8th and 9th, and this is a great way to do some fundraising or just do some outreach or promotion and awareness of your organization. So it's we look forward to another great year of Host, so already in the planning phase.
Thank you. Any questions for Chamber? Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Joseph Faulkner. He's the president of Main Street.
Good evening, everyone. So I'll start off with a recap of our race to Maine. It was a great success. We had two categories. We had doubles canoe and single kayak. It was a 7-mile course, and the doubles canoe actually finished it in an hour and a half, which is a lot quicker than what we expected. We were planning for a 3-hour race, and they were already halfway through by the time we had let them go. So we're already planning for next year, and we'll be bringing back the Build Your Own Raft race, which was a big hit here back in the day. So we'll be welcoming 15 new students to our youth council this year. This Thursday night at 5:30 at our office, we're having a meet and greet with them to kind of meet them, their parents, and familiarize the group with our mission and schedule for the year for the students. We also invite you guys out to meet them as well if you would like. We have started in July an initiative to increase the foot traffic in the evenings here downtown. With the upcoming openings of additional food and beverage businesses, we have worked with the merchants to stay open late till 8 on the third Thursday of each month, which is this Thursday coming up. So we're calling it Third Thursdays. And if you've been downtown anytime recently, you kind of feel the vibe is starting to become more lively at nights. We have Senior Lopez, the cigar shop, the movie theater, and then the Elk Tap Room is opening. So we're very excited about the atmosphere downtown. Our Love Thy Neighbor Mixers is an opportunity for businesses to network and support each other. This happens every fourth Thursday of every month, and it's hosted by a different Main Street business member. So if we always welcome all our business members or even businesses around the community to come and kind of discuss what's working for them, what's not, kind of exchange thoughts and ideas about the kind of business climate here in Fayetteville. First Saturday in July, we clocked in at about 5,800 attendees, and in August was about 4,900. These events continue to bring large crowds to our downtown and help our merchants as they shop. The hotter months do typically slow down, but we're expecting September and October attendance to go up as the weather gets a little better. The registration for vendors is open this Thursday, so we're excited to see what that entails. We have a new event that we're hosting. It's called the Tennessee Song Challenge. It's going to be October 11th and October 12th. So the song must feature Tennessee or a city in Tennessee in the lyrics. The deadline to register is September 1st on our website. So the first round will be a YouTube challenge, and then we'll have judges from out of town pick the top of those. Then the top 20 will perform on October 11th, and then the top 10 will perform October 12th. And then all those details you can find on FayettevilleMainStreet.com. So we're very excited about that. Some educational opportunities that I'd like to highlight. We'll wrap up our program for consumer packaged goods in September. This was an 8-week program, and it's in progress with 10 different businesses in Lincoln County that make a product here. We're also offering a social media video editing workshop for our members September 5th. Speaking of social media, in the past 30 days, we've reached about 46,000 unique users on Facebook and 2,500 on Instagram. Of course, this helps our merchant, but also helps Fayetteville as a whole to increase potential tourism and merchants citizens shopping downtown. We are currently working on a downtown improvements grant and a tourism enhancement grant, and we're working with the South Central Development District to apply for these, and those will be due this month. Also, I don't know if you saw, last year we launched our first Christmas ornament. So we last year was the courthouse. This year we let the community vote on what the ornament should be. We had 2 designs made, one of the Lincoln Theater and one of the Lincoln County Fair. So the community voted, and they voted on the theater. So we will get that one made this year, and pre-orders will open this week. Even though the fair didn't win this year, we're moving it to next year. So next year's ornament will be the fair. So let's see, to end it, just some upcoming events. First Saturday will be September 7th and October 5th. October will be our last one. Rhythm and Boots again, October 11th and 12th. We do have our Spirits with Spirits coming up, which will be October 26th. And then our Christmas dinner on Main will be November 2nd. Do you have any questions?
Any questions on Maine?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Jeff.
Now we'll move into our standing committee reports. First up, we have Chief Bergman with the Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. For the month of July, had 132 calls for service. 5 of those was fire, 112 rescues and EMS, 1 service call, 6 good intent, and 8 false alarms. That's my report.
Thank you, sir. Commander Kobe Templeton.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Mayor. For the month of July, we had 1,002 calls for service. 90 of those required investigations, 53 arrests, 62 citations. Our Criminal Investigations Division have 450 cases open, 19 new cases, 15 closed, 1 presentment to the grand jury with a true bill, and 3 arrests. That is my report.
Thank you, sir. For the Finance Department, Director Loretta Garner.
Yes, Mayor. The local option sales tax for May was $315,460. That's an increase of 1.7%. over this time last year. The state share sales tax for May was $73,847. This is a 4% increase over this time last year. The occupancy tax for the month of May was $13,935. This is a decrease of 9% over this time last year. That is my report.
Thank
Do you have
you.
any questions?
Recreation Department, we have Director Nathan Browning.
Thank you, Mayor. If you haven't been down to Don Davidson lately, we've been able to do some upgrades down there with press boxes. All the roofs on the press boxes have been completed and painted, and we're starting work on the concession stand very soon. So we'll have it operational for the spring. Kids Park has been mulched. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Edwin McAllister and the ARP Church for coming out one Saturday morning and helping spread the entire field. It was 300 yards worth of mulch that they spread. So 35 individuals came out and helped spread mulch for Kids Park, so we appreciate that. The Christmas Parade theme contest, we started it this week. If you come by the Parks and Rec, we have a little form you can fill out, give us your best idea for the Christmas parade theme. The winner of that will be determined by some judges around the city of Fayetteville, and the winner will receive a gift card and also a special place in the parade to ride. So we're excited about that coming up, so come on in and see us. That'll end in a couple of weeks, I believe. I do have a shout out I want to also give to our recreational staff. They have done a tremendous job. The guys, we had a lot of rain come in and they were able to knock all the grass, get it down and looking good. So very thankful to have them. Miss Abby's continued doing a wonderful job as our office coordinator. And one that I always want to brag about is Miss Ann Randolph. She is a devout worker at the Parks and Rec. I don't think there's a cleaner building in the city. She takes care of that, plus answering phone calls and answering questions for the public. So Miss Ann, she watches every night, every meeting. So I just want to give her a big shout out and thank you to her. And that is my report.
Thank you, sir.
Nathan, real quick, I just want to kind of give you a shout out too, buddy. If anybody has not drove past the old tennis courts behind the recreation center, it is a full-blown tennis court, and I think, Nathan, what is it, 3 or 4 pickleball courts? 4. I 100% believe that if breakdancing can be an Olympic event, I know pickleball will be an Olympic event one day. So pickleball has been picking up big time at the recreation center. I think there was like, what, in that picture you showed me, like 20 or 30 people out there?
24.
24 people that have gotten involved with pickleball and tennis and just getting out and doing getting out of the house and just getting exercise. I'm going to be a professional pickleball player one day. Me and Dorothy's going to be on a team, and we're gonna do some great things. You know. Yeah. but I just want to commend you, Nathan, for the things you've been doing, buddy. You're doing a great job,
Thanks,
buddy.
Bill.
Yes, sir. So, and that's all I got. So.
Thank you. Now for moving to the Public Works Department, Director Jack Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. For this month, we picked up 385 tons of trash. We did 389 tons of household waste and brush. We lost an employee last week, but we have two new guys starting this week, so we're excited about that. As far as our CDL program that you guys let us have, which is pretty awesome, we've got 5 working on that. We did have 2 of them pass their permit test, so they'll be moving on. Shout out to Jeff Bryant. He's helping us with that. He's been really great. He saved the city quite a bit of money by him helping us what he's doing. And I'd just like to commend all the guys that we have. You know, we're shorthanded as always, but those guys get it done. Can't give them enough credit. Well, special thanks to Anna Durham, our office coordinator. I'm asking for some prayers. Her husband is a very sick man. So asking for prayers there, and that's my report.
Thank you. Now going to the Planning and Codes Department, Director Christy Gentry.
Thank you, Mayor. 17 permits were issued in the month of July. The total project valuation was $772,801. The total permit fees were $2,507. 42 property maintenance violations were written last month. We did have 3 demolitions, 410 Algeria Street, 535 Market Street West, and then 1012 Market Street West. T-Mobile was issued their certificate of occupancy, and they are fully operating now. Waffle House is finalizing their construction plans. They will be coming to the Planning Commission later this month. They did tell us that their tentative start date for building will not be until March of 2025, though. And then lastly, I would like to highlight the collaborative efforts of Jill Smith, our property maintenance inspector, and the Public Works Department for getting the oil bin changed out on the south side of the square. A new larger bin has been placed, and a new concrete pad was poured, and then a new enclosure will be built. So that will definitely help the aesthetics on the south side. And that's my report.
Thank you. And now to City Administrator Kevin Owens.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. You have received my previous activity report in your packages, but what we have to look forward to from the administration, we're working with the finance director to start pre-audit activities. So we're starting to talk to our auditor as well as prepare for the fiscal year 24 audit, as well as working on some personnel issues, working with our personnel director in hiring, as well as cleaning up some personnel matters that we need to. We're working with the sidewalks, of course, Jack did not mention, but a lot of activities are going on with that. We had a very productive meeting this morning with the contractors and engineers, and we focused that we want to emphasize that we need to have the sidewalks at least walkable by the host, Carolyn. So we did emphasize the closing activities by late October, so we can have a walkable sidewalk for the hosts. Christy and I were still working with MTS with some food ordinance issues. We are hopeful to have that by the time we meet for a meeting cycle at the end of the month. So we are planning to get some recommendations as far as the food truck, not food ordinance. As well as a team of us are working on some needed building. I have Jack and Jill, as well as Debbie and others working to try to address security and other issues with the building. And that concludes my report unless you have any questions.
Kevin, I don't have any questions. I just want to commend you. I know this sidewalk project has really taken a toll on a lot of the employees of the city, especially a lot of, I can only talk about some of us. I don't know how many emails that everyone else has gotten, but I know I've gotten a lot and gotten a few texts on what's going to happen and what's going on, why is this happening, why, you know, the job that y'all do, you know, I know it's a headache, but y'all are doing a great job. Y'all are handling it very well. I'm trying to handle it well because all I do is just send everybody to you and Jack and Jill and Christy. So it's really nothing to me. No, I'm just kidding. But thank y'all for the things that y'all been doing and the designs and everything that y'all showed to people. Y'all have done a great job.
Well, thank you all and the board for your support, but I also have to give a lot of credit to Jack. As a matter of fact, I have threatened to have him arrested if he do not get away from the sidewalks. So he's there day and night, believe me. So,
all right.
So it's a team effort.
All right, good deal. That's how it works, man.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. Now we'll move to, we do not have any unfinished business, so we'll move into new business. Item A is to call for a public hearing. This is at 1107 Hedgemont Avenue for rezoning of an R2 to a C3. Do I have a motion for this public hearing?
I'll make a motion to call for that public hearing.
I second.
Okay, so motion made by Vice Mayor Bryant, second by Alderman Painter. Any discussion? Debbie, we call the vote?
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Aye.
This motion carries. So for the September meeting, it will be published for a public hearing, and the public can come and speak on that during the month of September. Item B, this is approval to award the Green Street repair bid to Kerbers in the amount of $33,000. Do I have a motion for this bid approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Small, second Alderman Alder. Is there any discussion on this item?
Were there any other people that were putting in for this bid, or is this the lowest that we got?
There were 2 bidders on this project, and it was a substantial difference, like 107,000, and Kerber's was 33. So, okay, do I have a motion for this item?
That
Got
was
it.
discussion.
Okay, that was discussion. Okay, so Debbie, will you call the vote, please?
Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item C, this is approval for the award of the Camp Blunt Greer Cabin bid. On this bid, we also had 2 bidders, and English Services was awarded the bid as the lowest bidder. Do I have a motion for this item?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Allen. Any discussion? If not, Debbie, we call the vote.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
Miss Allen.
Aye.
This motion carries. Moving to item D, this is approval of the 911 agreement with the Huntsville Hospital. We have B.J. McCurry here. He will be in charge of this. The Huntsville Hospital will be adding an employee to the 911 dispatch. They will cover all salaries, expenses, benefits, training, everything, but they'll be under the supervision of BJ. And he will work with the city like they always have been to keep us informed. Do I have a motion on this agreement?
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Allen. Do we have any discussions?
Just a little bit, just so everybody is aware, BJ, we will have another city employee that will come on board at the comm center, but it will not be any expense to the city or anything. It will be expense from Huntsville Hospital. Huntsville Hospital will be paying for this employee. Is that right, BJ?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. So Huntsville Hospital will be paying for this employee to help Huntsville Hospital EMS and with their dispatch and things like that. So it will not be a cost to the city of Fayetteville or the taxpayers. So.
Yeah, they will work under our personnel policy.
They will work on the personnel policy, but it will be a paid for by Huntsville Hospital out of Huntsville. So.
Debbie, we call the vote.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
This motion carries. We'll move to the item E. This is the Recovery Fest event permit. This event has already been held on August the 10th, this past Saturday, but for business purposes, we will go ahead and make a motion and pass this event. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made by Alderman Allen, second.
Second.
Second, Alderman Alder. Any questions? Debbie, you call the vote.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
That motion carries. Item F, this is for the Fayetteville Christmas Lights and Festive Nights. This event is December the 6th. It will be held in Stonebridge Park. This is an annual event that the city has been hosting for quite some time. Do I have a motion for the festive nights?
So moved.
Second.
So I have
So
a
moved.
first by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Martinez. Any questions on this event? Debbie?
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
That permit passes. Item G, this is Halloween Happenings event permit. This will be at the Stonebridge Park, or parking lot. This is October the 26th. Do I have a motion for this event?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Debbie?
Mr. Alder.
Aye.
Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Bryant.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Mr. Painter.
Aye.
Ms. Small.
Aye.
Okay, that motion carries. Item H, this is Resolution R 2024-10. This is approval for the Tourism Enhancement Grant. This grant is up to $100,000. The city will be responsible for a 30% match, and this is for tourism for the town. So, do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Bryant, second Alderman Alder. Any discussion?
Now, what is the 30% of that $100,000? What is 30% of 100,000?
30,000.
So 30,000. So the city will be paying 30,000 on to that.
It'd
Up
be,
to.
it'd be out of tourism though.
Tourism.
It won't be out of the general fund, it'd be out of tourism.
Tourism. Okay.
If the grant, yeah.
Right, it's up to $100,000. So if it's less, then the 30% will be less. I mean,
Okay.
it'll still be 30%, but on the total.
So if it's
of the grant.
20,000, we'll be paying that 30% of that 20,000.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Or paying back. Gotcha.
Okay,
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Mr. Alder?
Aye.
that motion carries. Item I, this is, excuse me, Resolution R 2024-11, and this is a request to apply for the Downtown Improvement Grant. This grant is for up to $300,000 and up to, in this grant, we're hoping to divide it out to where the merchants could apply for up to $20,000 per merchant. That's roughly, I think, 10 merchants, $200,000. $100,000 would be spent for the city, something for tourists for the city. The merchants will pay their portion of the match, and the city will pay 25% of their match, and that is not to exceed $26,886. And that amount, $26,000, will come out of the tourism fund. Do I have a motion for this resolution?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Bryant, second Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Hearing none, Debbie, will call the vote.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item J, this is ordinance 2024-09 for FY25 City of Fayetteville Budget Amendment Number 1. The items are listed in the ordinance. This total, you'll see the totals in each department of where the adjustments are to be made. Do I have a motion on this ordinance?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Alderman Small, second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Debbie, will you call the vote?
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item K, this is for the Fayetteville City Schools FY24 General Purpose Budget Agreement Number 6. This is included in your package. You will see that there. Do I have a motion for this budget amendment?
So moved.
I have a motion by Alderman Painter, second Alderman Martinez. Any discussion? Debbie?
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
And this motion carries. The last item of our current business is for a holiday request. The city brought before this board and noted that there were 5 additional holidays received by the county that were not observed by the city. It came out of the work session to consider 2 additional holidays for city employees. The recommendation would be for Veterans Day, and the second one being President's Day. Do I have a motion?
Correct. I believe it was Labor's Day and President's Day.
Labor
I
Day
think
was
it's written
already
wrong
up
in
to
here.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
It is
I apologize. Yeah.
instead of labor.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Okay,
Second.
motion by Vice Mayor Bryant, second by Alderman Painter. Any discussion? Debbie, you call the vote?
Ms. Small? Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
That motion carries. This concludes our business for this month, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.